So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to separate it, basically the crown of her head here, and I just separated it out. Then I put it in a ponytail down here, divided this into 4 different sections, and then just a regular braid with a little, just a little elastic on the bottom just to keep it so it's there. So from here, we are just going to pull a little bit from each side. And try to make sure I get it so it looks nice coming back. And it's going to go over, then under, over, and under. And I'm actually going to get the help of my little one here and have her hold on to this. And then I'm going to come over on this side and do the exact same thing. Just get a section. Actually, I want it a little bit bigger. There we go. And then we're going to do the opposite. So because this last one here was under, so this one will be over, and then under, then over, then under, and we're going to have her help us. So we're just going to do the exact same thing back and forth. We're going to grab a section over here. And if you forget what we're supposed to do, we're always going to be starting over because we have 4 here. We're always going to start over on the first one, then under, over, and under. Return. So you can see how you can get an idea of what it's going to look like here. But you can always see what happened when you did the one previously, and then you're just going to do the opposite of it. So I'm going to have her hold on over here. And then grab some more. And I'm only for right now, I'm only grabbing the stuff that's on the sides. I'm not grabbing anything underneath yet. So just try to smooth it out the best I can. Over, under, over, under, and let her hold it. The other thing we can do is if you have a little one that has a difficulty time holding on to things, you can also use little alligator clips and do them over here. That way they don't have to hold it quite as much. It's a lot more helpful if you have one that can hold it, but it kind of is boring for them, and so they don't necessarily always love it. So I'm just going to keep doing the same thing, just grabbing some, over, under, over, under, and connect it over here. We're going to have some on the side. That looks pretty combed out. We're just do the opposite. Over, under, over, under. I'm going to connect it up there. Alright. We're going to keep looking here. So we're still on the side of her head. So we're going to pick up some more, try to smooth it out. Over, under, and connect it. All right, so now that I've gotten all the sides by her ear, now I can do, again, I'm going to do more sides, but I'm going to be kind of pulling more from the middle, just so that I can have hair. I'm going to kind of go right up to the braid a little bit more. This is going to come down here. So we'll do over, under, and connect it. Look up here. So we want to make sure that we're not pulling these braids out. So every once in a while I am going to pull them down just to try to help keep them where they need to be. I'm going to take this out, pull it just a kind of a little bit, just because I want to kind of keep things tight. And since I'm kind of going down the side, I'm going to move this a little bit. I'm going to keep doing the same thing. Alright, so we're just about done with what we're going to do. When we're getting down to the end here, where we're struggling with keeping these. So this one is just about done. So I'm going to put a right here around it, because I want to keep those tight. And while it's in here, I'm going to try to pull these down. I'm losing that one somewhere here. I gotta try to find it. There it is. There, you see how I just pulled that? And then we're losing this one here, and I found the little elastic. Alright, so from here, what we're going to do with these pieces is we're going to French braid them. So, but first of all, I'm going to try to pull these guys a little bit tighter. See how I just cinched that up? So if I pull them a little bit tighter, I'm actually going to put a hair tie over here. And that's going to keep it tighter than just those alligator clips. And then I'm going to work on the other side. So we're just going to start 1, 2, 3, trying to make it as even as possible as we would normally do with a regular braid. So I'm going to over, can you move your head more, Michelle? Thank you. Oh, perfect. Over. All right. Yep. And then I'm just going to pick up a little bit of this next section of hair that is left out. I'm going to pick up just a little bit, because the more often that we pick it up, the more sturdy that braid is going to be to the head. So it's not going to flop around or anything. So that picking up the hair is keeping it close to the head. So I just pick up a little bit at a time while I'm in this area. And then I'm going to split that into 2 more. There's 1, and then I'm going to put that 2. And now I'm going to just keep on moving down to the next section. And I'm going to pull some hair out of the next section. And you want to pull it tight so that everything is tight. So that's what's going to keep everything together, is this braid on the end, because these are all your loose ends. This is what's going to cinch it up. And now I'm gonna go down to the next one and get some hair from it. And I'm just doing a regular, I guess you could, it's just a regular braid, adding stuff in, so kind of a French braid. It just isn't pulling from the sides here. I'm just pulling from this little clump of hair that I've got. And so while I'm in the area of that particular one is when I'm grabbing it. So I'm almost to the next section, so I'm going to start grabbing the next section. And if you don't have this tied over here, if you just keep the alligator clip on it, you're going to pull everything to the side over here because this is a lot tighter because of what you're doing. That's why you want to make sure this is tight over here. See how I'm pulling it tight, and so it's going to pull it right there. We just want it with the rest of the hair, and I'm going to grab that. And then my last section right there. I'm just going to braid a little bit down. I do have some hair coming out, so I don't want to completely lose everything. I'm going to put an elastic on it to keep it from going anywhere. I will next come over to this side and do the exact same thing. But this side's already tight, so I don't have to worry about, you know, you can still cinch it up a little bit, just keeping it tight as you do the exact same thing over here. So again, I'm going to split it into 3, even preferably. Which I always have to adjust how it feels in my hand. I can feel if one seems a little bit bigger or smaller than the other ones. So I try to do that. So alright, so I'm just doing a regular braid right here. I'm going to start picking up some stuff right here. Like I said, when you pick it up, you're wanting it close to the head. That's how you're going to keep it tight. And we're going to have it right next to that other braid. And I feel like it's easier to work with thicker pieces. And so I always like grabbing more hair. And then we're just doing a regular braid with picking up some of those strands that are pulled across. See how I just pulled that tight? I'm just going to finish it out, put another elastic in it. Alright, so now I'm going to combine all of it. Put one of these hair ties right there just to keep it all. If you have longer hair, you could probably go down farther and it look even better. But we're kind of running out of hair here. So I'm going to pull, I can see a hair tie right there, so I know that's one of them. There's another one right here. I'm just going to pull that. So this one I can actually pull out because we've got this one up here. Hang on a second. All right. So now, so it looks like we've got a weave here, which is super fun. Got a braid down the side, got waves, got a braid on the other side, and then I'm just gonna put a bow in it, and then I'm going to pull these elastics out because we have this that's going to stop it. So it's not going to unravel. And these aren't rubber bands, so they just slide out really easily. That's why it's not hurting her. If you have rubber bands, you definitely don't want to just slide them out. I just cut the little rubber bands out, but I knew this is what I was doing, so I wanted to have these elastics that just slide out.